Hello, my name is Johnny. Welcome to another Marvel Character Talk. Today we're going to look at this cool Fantastic Four Marvel Silver Age from 1964. Stan Lee, Jack Kirby with the Red Ghost and the Super Apes and the Watcher. Like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, reply, and share. Let's take a look here. August cover date 1964. The world's greatest comic magazine, Fantastic Four, started on Yancey Street. Nice dramatic cover. Some of the Kirby crackle type background. There's the Watcher looming over. Of course, Yancey Street and Ben Grimm. This is a Chick Stone era of inking on Kirby. After he'd leave, they'd get Joe Sennett, and he'd be there for years in the mid to late 60s. Back cover. Open it up. This is one of my favorites. I like the Red Ghost and the Super Apes. Sometimes he shows up without his Super Apes, but I like them. Got a gorilla, an orangutan, and a baboon with different powers. So it starts out somewhat humorously here. Getting pelted. Head of lettuce. Trash dumped on him. Water thrown at the torch. Sneezing powder at the invisible girl. So they leave. And as they go, there's the Fantastic car. They got a little spy device, a drone, if you would, in today's parlance, following back to the world-famous Baxter building. So they're going to think maybe it's not just the Yancey Street, maybe some of their villains are behind it. Reed's going to look at some cool little pictures. A little joke about the Avengers there. Look at this, it's always cool when they do this. Got the Mole Man, Puppet Master, Super Scroll, Miracle Man, Ghost and the Super Apes, the Thinker, Dr. Doom. That looks like it's going to say the Impossible Man, Submariner. Mention about him. And Alicia, stepfather. Oh, well, you see later on there's a cool ad for another comic in here. Alicia comes over, a little bit of back and forth, and then they're back together there. References to movie star. Before you mentioned Jane Mansfield on the other page, and here they're mentioning Rock Hudson. Going through some of their fan mail. Sets off the booby trap. So they're going to go back to Yancey Street at midnight. This is one of my favorite things here. So he's meeting the gorilla in the dark. Whoomp! Gives him a big punch. He's as strong as I am. Stay back, man. This is no... Yancey Street is a full-grown gorilla. Yeah, so his strength was increased. I intend to pretend that if they were increased at the same level, human to the thing, and then a gorilla to a cosmic ray level, that the gorilla is probably stronger, and that they're more intelligent too, so they can follow commands and do certain things on their own. So there they go, trying to attack him. There's the orangutan. He's got magnetic powers. Moving car parts. Then there's the baboon. He can change himself into... He's got one of the weirdest powers. He can change himself into stuff, and here he is. He's stuffing the torch into an asbestos bag, and he's got a little gun. Hey, cool, the baboon. Rat-tat-tat. Yeah, so he changed himself into a pile of bricks. Reed grappling with the rampaging gorilla. This one's a nice reading copy. There he is. His intelligence is too I'm on a passing vehicle. Oop, I had to let go. I like that. His body. There he is, and references the last one. That's real expensive to get the 13. It's the first Super Cope and the Super Apes and the Red Ghost, but it's also the first Watcher, and that's what makes it a lot. So this is 29, so that was a long time between a comeback for them. Still got the torch. So he's going to go to the moon. He might go to the blue area. There he is signaling the ship with his magnetic powers. And only he can run the ship because the ship is magnetic. So we've got the Red Skull, supposed to be a super scientist too. There they are there. Next stop, the moon. They're going to get the blue area. A neat page here with some real pictures kind of mixed in with the artwork. Signal to attack, so we got another little attack here. There he's using his power to make his body solid or ethereal as the need arises. I'm grabbing that baboon. Look at him. Turns into a ball of iron spikes. Torch is trying to control the gorilla. And then they go into little escape areas. What's going on here? He shoves them all out, ejects the entire room, and knocks them on the moon. I'm going to run out of air, but Sue uses her visible shield. They're going to try to find the blue area and get there. I'm going to try to tunnel under to get there before the air runs out. So he's heard, get these pages. One more punch, just one more. They're in a big tunnel. So look at the size of this Watcher's place. After hours in the strange, winding, seemingly endless tunnel. Only Chilito, look at that. A reference about the home of the Watcher, and in the Iron Man's Tales of Suspense, the backup story, they had Tales of the Watcher. A lot of people aren't aware that he had a brief backup that disappeared when they added Captain America to Tales of Suspense. So there was Captain America and Iron Man, and the Watcher strip was gone because I was just taking over for the fantasy type things they had, and the Watcher was kind of telling the stories of those, showing some of his gizmos. He's not really here, he's projecting himself there, telling them don't touch a bunch of stuff. So he's gone, so they can hang out here for a while. Look at how cool he looks. Red Scientist. Our totalitarian masters that we have defeated the Fantastic Four. Oh, and they think everything, they're gone, but they're getting pulled down. They're on the moon. They're going to get attacked. Whew. He's got a special disintegrator pellet in his gun. Works though, even though he's intangible. I like when they show the torch flying, tunneling under stuff. And there's the orangutan. He's smart, so he turns on something that's going to blast the torch. There's Sue coming along. This was a cool ad you can send away for camouflage paint, commandos. Okay, here's the ads. Let me turn it this way. Got the first Zemo. Sergeant Fury in World War II, and at the same time, they're not showing it here, but Zemo showed up in Avengers 6 with the Masters of Evil. And look at that, that's an expensive book to get now. The Kraven the Hunter, and it also was the Return of the Chameleon. So it was neat. They had 2 more triumphs from Marvel, in-house ads. Later on, sometimes they'd have 1, sometimes 2 like that, and others 1, 2, 3, 4. They're trying to get her. There's the... He's going to try to find something that'll help him in the Watcher's place. Meets Reed Richards. They're busy fighting. I think sometimes they start to disperse when the Red's Ghost isn't right there giving him support and orders. So they're heading off away from him. They go into the house. And then here's the Red Ghost is going to get dispatched. So we're going to have to see how they bring him back again in the future. I think his next appearance was in that FF Annual 3, the marriage one in 65. Could have been Avengers 12. I think he's in that. So he's gone, and then they mention here, hey, those blasted apes must have fixed this ship. They're getting away. So they were smart enough to get that working again and get out. So we'll see where the Red Ghost winds up. There. The Watcher looks over, telling him, come on, you got to get out of my house now. And they're sent back. And there they are, back in the street. It started on Yancey Street. So a very good self-contained story. And they put the little Stan and Jack there too. 22-pager. In these old comics, there was always 25 pages of Marvel total. Later on, it was just 20 pages of story, and then the other things like the bullpen page. So that's 22. The comic ad is 23, and then the 2-page Fantastic Four fan page with special announcements brings it up to 25. Look at that long letter there. Talking about hundreds of letters regarding our occasional use of communists as villains. Here are just a few samples. And there you go. Promoter's hardly in favor of calling a spade a save or a red. Thanks to all who wrote, regardless of your position. We're deeply appreciative. And then this is cool, the special announcements. Talking about Daredevil's pretty new, an instant hit for them. Talking about 200 local fan clubs for the FF scattered around. Spider-Man 15 with Kraven the Hunter. Boy, is he a baddie. Heard about the Masters of Evil yet? And I mentioned that. And Zemo. And Zemo again. And Sergeant Fury. X-Men 6. Submariner. Talking about the annuals are going to come out. So they're going to have the second FF annual and the first Spider-Man annual. That's the Sinister Six. And then the Marvel annual. I think they call that Marvel Tales annual. I have that. And then the next one, they're going to introduce Diablo. So pretty good time period here for the FF. See how lower the numbers are for the others. And this is all the way up to issue 29. So all in all, a good Silver Age Kirby and Lee FF. Thanks for watching, everyone.